Well, it's January 20th. That puts me over 6 months since the accident. Here's my report. I'm going to talk about my health aspects, my mental health, my physical health, my financial health, and my plans for how to get back to being functional, excellent Brian that I should be. Uh, Physical, it's slower than I thought it would be. Apparently, it's normal. I did not know after this happened that it was going to be 6 months later and I'd still barely be able to walk with a walker. Um, so I got to say, I've learned from that and it's been cool, I suppose, extremely painful, and I wish it was over. I don't feel like doing this anymore. I have to go through a lot of physical pain in order to fix this. So I have physical therapy now. Very nice physical therapist, although we joke about her torturing me because that's what's happening. And, but I think she's doing a good job. Um, some people have said that I should be in a fancier medical facility, and there might be one of those, but it would be far away in the city, and my friends wouldn't be able to visit me, and it would be 5 times the cost, which I can't handle, and so that's not going to happen. Um, I'm using this time actually to work on a lot of my ideas, and my state of mind is different than it's been over a lot of these years in the forest. So I'm looking at things from a very different perspective, in some ways a lot more expanded and pragmatic perspective about how my ideas can be implemented. Because like a lot of people, I'm shy about sharing some of my weird thoughts, and you always get imposter syndrome of like, well, maybe I don't know everything, and I don't. But I know a heck of a lot after thinking for years about alternatives to living in the swill of world problems that we have. We have a lot of options, and I'm going to carefully present some of those. Um, so it's been a great process actually to just be stuck in the bed thinking. My computer did get fried for unclear reasons. It's not fixable. I'm quite certain of that. And so I'm working on getting another computer. I'm working on getting another camera. Those are both expensive items. And also, of course, I'm paying for this, over 6 months. The hospital, the surgery, being here is my biggest cost. Now, one of the goals is to get me back to the forest, and I have a friend coming down to help me in that transition. And I might be working out with some other people to come to the bosque and be part of kind of trying to reestablish there. But that's also going to be another cost. Staying here is actually probably cheaper than going to the forest, but longer term, the forest is a much better option. Um, I'll have to turn internet back on there. I have a satellite internet connection. Uh, the short version of that is if you like the project at all and you want me to continue, consider donating again. Or I'll be making more videos to explain the project in different ways so that you can share those with other people. I think that there's lots of exciting things we can do in the future, and I'm getting more organized and writing those up in a much more desperate and hardcore way, organized way than I have before. One of the things I want to do is write up some of my thoughts into books. So far, what I've done is given everything away that I make. I give away my videos. None of them are monetized. I write for free on Quora. I like this idea of open source and just giving everything away, but I also kind of have to figure out a way to survive. And so I kind of have to attach my ideas to some sort of something resembling a job. Lately, I've been thinking of my job as applied philosopher, but I have to then figure out how to have patrons for that. One of the excellent options is to set up a Patreon account. That has been on the list to do for a long time. And so I think that'll happen. I just need to get a laptop so I can write on it. I've got my little phone that I'm recording this on. That is not good enough at all for actually creating things. It seems to be more of a consumer item. And of course, a video camera, once I'm more functional or there's other people in the bosque, will also be totally important because we're going to make better videos than before. And I want to make videos on a lot of topics that I've never really addressed clearly. So I want to make better outlines and things so I'm not just rambling. And and have action plans for people. I think creating action plans for what people can do in their own lives where they're at is really powerful. And I know a lot of people feel like, oh, I can't do anything, and so they've almost given up in a lot of ways. I think people are kind of depressed about the future of the world, many of them, and with good reason. But I think that there are things we can do to take control of the world around us in our own lives, and that I want to play a part in helping people know what they can do very specifically. So that's my plan, and that's my update. Uh, I'm still being tough, I guess. There's times when I'm despondent, though. I don't want to be in this situation anymore. And especially when I'm, don't have any money left. I'm now running on credit card, and I won't be able to do that forever either. I do not know where I would be able to stay or live. I can't survive on my own right now. So, yeah, it's a certain level of desperation, but I think that a certain level of desperation can also lead to very creative solutions. I want to thank you again for all of your help in the past. It's strange being me, you know. I've always been a weird guy, and I've never followed the rules after I thought about them and decided that they were actually made up and irrelevant. I follow plenty of other rules, but I've lived my own strange life, and I'm happy about that. I'm going to have to change how I live, but for some reason, the way I've lived has caused people to have an attraction to my ideas and sometimes be inspired by them. And so that's what's kept me alive. It's social credit. I didn't get any tax money off this. I used no public services. And I put myself in a bad situation by just giving too much away and not caring for myself financially. Luckily, I had this social credit in the bank, and luckily, perhaps I'm kind of entertaining or useful to people, and I'm going to be thinking a lot about that to be more entertaining and more useful in very pragmatic ways so that I'm providing value to you. That's my plan to survive. So anyway, hi. I hope your new year is just cruising right along. I hope you're succeeding somewhat. I know it's frustrating when we can't fix the whole world all at once. Oftentimes I feel just the weight of everything upon me and crushed. But I hope that you feel great power and strength, and you continue on with great kindness, caring for people around you, looking at your own life and inventorying the energy inputs and outputs of your life and tweaking those so that you can become happier, more fulfilled, and a better person in the world. Good luck.